Hello, my friends. John here. Welcome back to my subscribers. And if you're new, please subscribe. I'd love to see you again. Okay, I'm kind of excited about this one, and it's an interesting one. And, something came to mind. This might be a month ago. Somebody left a nice comment, and they said, thank you for sharing, your messages, and even the ones that are tough to hear, in so many words saying that, that she needed to hear those ones too. And yeah, I wouldn't be doing you much good if I was just here to be your cheerleader. I love to come in with an encouraging message, but sometimes it's just something, that we just like Jesus, he taught people we have to learn. He's always teaching me, and when something comes to me in kind of a strong way that I feel might help even a few people, I want to share it. So, you see from the title, if somebody were brand new with their walk with the Lord, I can remember being a kid when religious was a good thing. And then you learned about it. The Pharisees, they were religious and Jesus rebuked them. So yes, God's not religious. No, this is kind of unique. What happened? This was, excuse me, not last night, the night before. I'm awake in bed, and the Lord says something to me, and it was just very, very special. Just kind of having a moment. But then there was more. There was a song. I could have titled this message "Brandon Lake Can't Count 'Em," but that song was there, and especially the part I remembered about "Holy, Holy is the Lord." But I'm having a moment with the Lord last night, and I remembered that from the night before, I wanted to kind of look up the lyrics to the song, or sometimes you can watch a video, even right here on YouTube, and there'll be the lyric video, because it's kind of quick. You could miss some lyrics, but it's just, I'm telling you, I want somebody to know this is more than entertainment. It's like there's really two things I want to say in this message: to know that God will have people just do songs, for example, to send a message and a reminder about his authority. Brandon Lake has the other one, Too Good to Not Believe. It's about healing miracles. But, one particular lyric, and this is sung with such energy, and I'll probably paraphrase this, but it's like how many prophecies no one would dare to believe, and now the reality. And, I just can't tell you how strong that is. It's just like, I love it. I love it. So I would recommend, watching that. Don't just say this is a nice song to hear. I mean, grab onto it. And this takes me to the second part that's just very important. There are religious spirits that are at work, and if a person's dealing with that, they probably wouldn't even know it. But as I'm spending time with the Lord, it was just like, I felt like some people need to know, don't put God in a box. Don't have a ceiling above him. This is a funny illustration that came to me, but if you gave God a coloring book, I promise you, he's not going to color between the lines. Not God. He's too creative for that. My goodness, I could almost picture in my mind last night, if that thing were laid down, he'd be outside of the book. It might stretch out for miles, knowing he's the living God. And the one specific thing that caused me to go this direction, seeing Brandon Lake, this is a guy, he's got a lot of tattoos and so forth. And, you think of, oh, I don't know, I don't want to pick on some denominational church, but there's places that if you showed someone a photo of this guy, and said, "Do you think this is a mighty servant of the Lord?" They'll be like, this guy, some people are judgmental without even knowing it, and that could be a whole nother video. But God's not religious. He will pick. I mean, the Bible shows us. I watched the Nativity story. Mary, or no, maybe it was the new one. I think I watched two different movies back at Christmas time, and but in one of them, she said, well, to someone, why? I don't know why God chose me. She said, "I'm nobody." Look at David. He's anointed king. Even his own father wasn't going to say, let me go get my other son. No, the prophet had to ask and then be, okay, bring him in. We're not going to sit down and even eat until you get your son in here. I mean, you could go on and on. Joseph, as far as anyone knew, he's just a prisoner, but he's going to be second in command behind the Pharaoh. I mean, it just doesn't stop. So don't put God in a box. Just don't think that he's going to do things the way you think he will, because when breakthrough comes, I'm going to say more often than not, it's going to be different than what we were thinking. And Yeah, that's it. Just remember, he's not religious. Don't let anyone influence you to have a religious mindset, because of, that if you wrote the word, what do they call it, an acronym, Christianity or Christian, that R isn't for religion, it's for relationship. It's all about your relationship with him. So that's really about it. Check out that song. I love it. I'm going to listen to it. It's my new favorite song. For a while it was Tauren Wells, and I still love that. Take it all back. But God is all-powerful God. The song is a reminder of miracles. His character doesn't change. For the one that would reach out and just want to believe and say, yes, that's for me, I'm gonna grab onto that. That's the one with their faith. According to your faith, let it be done unto you. God bless you. Bye-bye.